Okay, so day one of my 40 days of Lent, where I will not be playing games. It's probably not the best idea, seeing as how I work in gaming at an electronics store. But, you know, big man upstairs says I got to. Actually, it doesn't. But, yeah, whatever. So, last year, I was actually going to try this. And, I was going to give up gaming. 40 days, 40 nights. And I decided not to because I felt that I couldn't do it. You know, like, I was like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I was so gung-ho about it. And then at the last second, I kind of, not cheated, but like, was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it this year. And I think that was very selfish of me. Because you can't just say you're going to do something, dedicate to it, and then just drop it at the last second, you know, which we do a lot as human beings. You know, we dedicate ourselves to something, and then at the last minute, or maybe sometimes not even at the last minute, but, you know, eventually we just let it go. So last year I did soda instead, which isn't really that big of a challenge for me now, because I drink a lot of tea and water, and I try not to, you know, go towards soda too much. I mean, I do occasionally, but not very often. But the one thing in my life that I do more than anything else, anything in my entire life, and that includes reading or anything like that. Reading. I'll just watch the movie of it. But the one thing I do more than anything is play video games. And I do that all the time. I work in gaming, so I have video games at work that I don't really play video games at work. I sell them more than anything else, but still. And you know, once I'm done with work, I come home, and the first thing I grab whenever I come home isn't like, you know, a sandwich or anything like that. I'm not hungry. I'm like, dude, Xbox all the way. And even sometimes whenever I'm not at home, I grab the 3DS. So like if I'm on the bus, playing with the 3DS. So I thought it was really important for me to give up gaming for Lent, because it is probably the most important thing in my world, when in reality, you know, God should come first. And He should be everything to me. Now, I know some of my friends, you know, some of you guys that are going to watch this video as well, aren't as religious as, you know, the next person. And some of you are a lot more religious than, you know, I originally knew. But I think this means a lot for me to give up gaming. And I don't mean like, you know, like I gave up pretty much all forms of gaming. I gave my power cable for my Xbox 360 to my brother-in-law. He's going to take it to his locker at work, so I can't even turn the Xbox on. I mean, I can turn this bad boy on as far as it's going to go. So, my 3DS, I asked my mom to hide it. So she stashed it somewhere. And I decided that one of my buddies, who I won't name by name, but he recently got a new Xbox and a new hard drive and all that. So I'm going to give him, like most of my Xbox games. You know, I don't have too many because I trade them in pretty often. But I'm going to let him borrow them for the next 40 days. That way he has something other than just Skyrim and Call of Duty. Because in reality, those and Dark Souls, which that game is broken, by the way, and he knows who I'm talking about now. But I'm gonna let him borrow all my games because, I mean, I have no use for them. And don't anybody ask me to borrow the games because he was the first one to ask me, so he's getting all of them. And my 3DS games, I'm actually giving them to my other buddy. Like my new Resident Evil game that I got, I don't know. I think I had a couple of other games that he didn't have, so I'll let him borrow that. I think I have Sonic Generations, or I don't know, whatever. But, you know, I'm trying to limit myself as much as possible. I even uninstalled all the games on my phone. I took them off because I was like, I don't want to be tempted, you know. So I got rid of Angry Birds. I got rid of Coin Dozer, Prize Claw. The only one I couldn't get rid of was some golf game. But, I mean, come on. Who plays golf other than my brother-in-law? Which if he watches this, he's going to be like, jerk. But, yeah, so hopefully for the next 40 days I can go through with this and stick to my convictions. It's gonna suck a lot, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm still gonna be up to date on all the current gaming things. I'm still gonna know more information than most people know. I'm still gonna be a nerd, but I'm just not gonna be able to play video games as much. And the worst part is that, like, I have a friend who, well, my godfather, his bachelor party is on the 7th of April. And I'm not sure if my calculations are correct. I could be wrong. But I think that's still during Lent. And I'm pretty sure the only thing we're doing that day is, like, going to his house, eating a few pizzas, drinking a bit, and playing, like, Halo. So, chances are, I'm not going to be able to play. But it's cool, because, I mean, I'm going to dedicate time every day. Like, I want to do a rosary every day. But I think, as a bare minimum, I'm going to do a decade every day and, like, reflect on it. For those of you who aren't Catholic, a decade is 10 beads on the rosary, and then reflecting on what that decade is about. You know, and I'm gonna try and go to church a lot more. I actually want to get back into playing for church. So, you know, if anybody out there needs a musician to play at mass or anything like that, you know, if you need a guitar player, I'll help you out. But yeah, so, I mean, I've got things to occupy my time. I mean, I've got my Star Wars on Blu-ray. I've got Red vs. Blue. That's upside down. Red vs. Blue. I've got every single Red vs. Blue ever made, so I'll probably be watching those a lot. And then I've got my comic books from Bedrock City. And then my buddies and I, you know, we'll probably go out to, like, I don't know, anywhere that doesn't have video games. I've been playing a lot of board games, because board games are not video games, you know, they're games, but they're not what I considered what I'm giving up. So yeah, so this is the first video, about 7 minutes long. If you don't want to watch it, you know, it's kind of late for me to tell you not to watch it, but, yeah, so, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow.